Timmy's Desert Dash. In the sprawling, sun-scorched dunes of the Crimson Desert, where the sand shimmered like molten rubies under a blazing sky, a gang of ruthless vulture bandits soared with menace. Known as the Razorwing crew, these feathered fiends were the terror of the arid plains, their wingspans stretching a monstrous 15 feet, casting shadows that swallowed entire caravans. Their beaks, jagged as broken glass, glinted in the scorching light, and their screeches could curdle the blood of even the bravest nomads. On this fateful day, they were hunting again, their beady eyes scanning for prey. Below, huddled beneath a gnarled skeletal cactus, was Timmy Turtletail, a scrawny 12-year-old desert turtle with a cracked shell and a limp from a childhood tumble down a rocky ravine. His family had abandoned him years ago, deeming him too weak to keep up with their wandering herd. Timmy's only companion was a tattered scarf his grandmother had knitted, now faded to a dusty gray from its original vibrant green. His tiny, watery eyes peeked out from his hiding spot, his heart thumping like a war drum as the vultures circled overhead. "Oi, look at that," squawked Varkas, the gang's leader, a vulture with a scarred beak and feathers matted with dried blood. A puny turtle, perfect for a quick snack. The crew cackled, their voices a cacophony of malice, and dove toward Timmy. He squeaked, his stubby legs trembling as he tried to burrow deeper into the sand, but his shell, already chipped and brittle, caught on the cactus spines, pinning him in place. Just as the Razorwing's talons gleamed inches from his head, a massive shadow loomed across the dunes. "Wait, mates!" screeched Scraw, the gang's wiry lookout. "Up there, a juicy jackalope, way bigger than this runt." The vultures abandoned Timmy in a flurry of feathers, soaring toward what they thought was a plump, horned rabbit hopping across the sands. But their greed blinded them. It wasn't a jackalope at all, but a decoy kite crafted by Old Man Jethro, a grizzled hermit who roamed the desert with a rickety cart. The kite's wooden frame snagged Varkas's beak, splintering his prized tooth, while Scraw crashed into a dune, squawking, "My wing! My beautiful wing!" Amid the chaos, Timmy wriggled free and scuttled away, his heart pounding with relief. The Crimson Desert wasn't just a wasteland of predators, though. It teemed with quirky inhabitants, spiky hedgehog traders, chattering lizard families, and a trio of orphaned gecko siblings Timmy had befriended, Lila, Milo, and Pip. These three, all 7 years old, lived in a crumbling adobe hut half buried in a sandbank, their only home since a sandstorm claimed their parents. Timmy often visited them, sharing the scant prickly pears he scavenged, though his own stomach growled louder than a monsoon thunderclap. That evening, as the sun dipped into a fiery horizon, Timmy limped toward the gecko's hut, his scarf trailing in the dust. Stay inside tonight, kids, he rasped, his voice hoarse from thirst. The Razorwings are riled up after that kite fiasco. I'm off to find us some supper, but don't open the door for anyone. Promise me. The geckos nodded, their big eyes wide with trust, though Pip, the youngest, whined, "Can't we come, Timmy? Please?" "No way, little buddy," Timmy said sternly, his shell creaking as he turned. "It's a jungle out there. Well, a desert. But you get me. Stay put." With that, he hobbled off, unaware that the Razorwing crew had spotted the gecko's hut from afar. "That turtle's pals looked tasty," Varkus growled, licking his cracked beak. "But why settle for one when we can nab all three?" Varkus, ever the schemer, hatched a plan more devious than a rattlesnake's hiss. He smeared his feathers with red clay from a nearby gulch, mimicking the gecko's rusty hues, and draped a tattered tarp over his wings to hide their razor-sharp edges. Then he scavenged a sack of sugar-dusted cactus cookies, irresistible to any desert dweller, and swaggered toward the hut. "Who's there?" Lila called, her voice quivering as Varkus tapped the door with his beak. "Just a friendly gecko peddler," he crooned, his voice syrupy sweet. "Got some cactus cookies? Fancy a treat?" The siblings, starved for sweets after weeks of bland roots, bounced with excitement. "He's one of us," Milo chirped, peering through a crack in the wall. "Look, he's red like us." Ignoring Timmy's warning, they flung open the door and toddled out, tails wagging. Varkus grinned, his eyes glinting with hunger, and led them toward a jagged rock formation. "More cookies at my place, kiddos," he lied. But as they scampered along, a gust of wind tore the tarp from his back, revealing his vulture wings. "He's a Razorwing," Pip shrieked. The geckos bolted, Lila ducked behind a boulder, Milo scrambled into a crevice, and Pip dove under a slab of sandstone. Varkus, cackling, snatched them up one by one, his talons scraping their delicate scales. Only Pip slipped free, racing back to the hut as fast as his tiny legs could carry him. Timmy returned just as Pip burst through the door, panting. "They took Lila and Milo. The vulture tricked us." Timmy's heart sank, his shell sagging under the weight of guilt. He'd failed to protect them, just like he'd failed to keep up with his family years ago. "I'm so sorry, Pip," he whispered, his voice cracking. "But we're getting them back. I swear it." Desperate, Timmy led Pip to seek help from Big Bertha, a hulking armadillo matriarch who rolled across the desert like a living boulder. Her armor was dented from battles with coyotes, and her growl could shake the dunes. "Please, Bertha," Timmy begged, his limp more pronounced from exhaustion. "The Razorwings have my friends." Bertha snorted, her beady eyes softening at Timmy's pitiful state, and agreed to roll with them. At the Razorwing's roost, a twisted thicket of dead mesquite, The gang was preening over their catch. "Only 2 geckos?" Varkus snapped, glaring at Scraw. "Where's the third?" Before Scraw could stammer an excuse, Pip's voice rang out. "Right here, you feather-faced bully." The vultures whirled, only to freeze as Bertha thundered in, her massive bulk flattening their perch. "Drop those kids, or I'll squash you into vulture pancakes," she roared. Varkus squawked, releasing Lila and Milo, who scampered to Timmy's side. Bertha pinned the Razorwings under her claws, her voice booming, "Hunt defenseless kids again, and you'll regret it." The vultures whimpered, "Never again. Let us go." With a grunt, Bertha freed them, and they flapped off, tails between their legs. Timmy, Pip, Lila, and Milo trudged home, the geckos clinging to his scarred shell. "I should have listened to you, Timmy," Lila mumbled, tears streaking her dusty face. Timmy sighed, his limp slowing their pace. "We all mess up, kiddo, but we've got each other now. That's what counts. Listen up, young adventurers. Timmy Turtletail's tale isn't just a wild desert romp. It's packed with wisdom for today's world. First, trust your grown-ups when they warn you about danger. They've seen more storms than you have. Second, don't fall for sweet talk from strangers. Whether it's candy or cool apps, check with someone you trust first. Third, stick together with your friends and family. They're your shield when trouble swoops in. And finally, even if you feel small or weak, courage and kindness can carry you far. Be like Timmy, keep hobbling forward no matter the odds.